Alrighty, so with this poem, an honorable mention. What I liked about it was the simplicity of the poem, and at the same time, the complexity of it. So one could say, well, it's a very simple poem, but yet the concept, the imagery, when you get to the end, presents you with a twist and makes you think a little bit. Not too much, but a little bit. And this goes to Charles Scheitler for Thereby Hangs a Tale.
This was a workshop poem. It's reduced by about a third.
So you name the name of the poem.
I'm Charles Scheitler. This is free verse, and the title is Thereby Hangs a Tale. The suspense. Spoonfuls of tomato soup traversing a white shirt. A red spot. Tomato soup on a white shirt. It had to happen. On a white shirt, tomato soup. No, blood. Tomato soup, human blood, white shirts. The best plots from simple devices. Thank you.
The next honorable mention, again, it's simply written, but the images conveyed tell a story, and again, at the end, it goes into another dimension. Passover Ghost by Riva Denayev.
Riva Denayev, the poem is Passover Ghosts. We line long tables laden with days of cooking. Aromas beckon as we find our places. Outside, oak trees inch upward, growing taller, a living calendar to mark the passage of years and people who once had filled this room. Now, as wraiths, they hover around us. Silver goblets weep as shadow guests sip wine, caress young cheeks, echo prayers in silence, and, in silence, flicker out in candle smoke.
So this is second prize, and I like this because it told a story. Again, it's not complicated, but it gives us all of the images. It has a bit of a repetition of the theme in it, but again, at the end, it adds another layer, another dimension comes in at the end that follows from the theme that had previously been stated. And this goes to Cindy Bowden for Tourist Town.
Cindy Bowden, Tourist Town, second prize. I walk along our country road, deserted now the summer people have all gone home, leaving their cottages and cabins, dark, vacant shells, once vibrant with raucous noise. The air carries away their sun oil scent, replacing it with the crisp smell of fall. Our town prepares for its hibernation. Seafood shacks and newsstands are boarded up. Birds pack it in, take to the wing, head south, following the summer people, leaving their nest and birdhouses, dark, vacant shells, once vibrant with chirping and new life. My grandmother heaves a happy sigh and says, "At long last, those summer people have gone. No more tourists, peace and quiet once more." She looks at the lake, empty of boats, and smiles. I walk along our country road, where a boy once stole a kiss from me, his sun-oil scent drifts on the autumn breeze, lingering long after the summer people have gone.
So the thing about this poem, it's lyrical, it's rhythmic, it has the element of repetition all the way through it, but you know, it is St. Patty's Day, and I heard some of you reading some St. Patty's Day in the second round, but what I liked about this was that it addressed the theme and yet did not overtly mention St. Patty's Day. So it was subtle in that it gave us the flavor and yet didn't pound us over the head with it. To Blake Valen, for the carrick was mighty 'twas.
Thank you, Blake Valen. First prize, rhymed. The crack was mighty 'twas. Crack means fun. Remember, I will, still and still, how the cows played King of the Hill. 'Twas when I was in Ireland. Soft-cheeked maidens, fair and fair, let loose and loose their wild red hair. 'Twas when I was in Ireland. The Shannon ran, lazy, a dirty brown, in the steady rain through Bunratty town. 'Twas when I was in Ireland. Flutes and whistles begged the tears, tenors sang their lusty cheers. 'Twas when I was in Ireland. Each harp note was strung like a crystal bead that blended with drops of sweet heady mead. 'Twas when I was in Ireland. The mother of the dawn came there, tossing the shadows of leprechauns everywhere. 'Twas when I was in Ireland. Mountains rested their heads on foggy pillows. Streams ran black under ancient willows. 'Twas when I was in Ireland. And the green was greener 1,000 times, 1,000 times blended, 1,000 times rhymed. 'Twas when I was in Ireland. My heart lies captured still and still by the fairies' spell until I go back again to Ireland.
But I wanted to give an honorable mention for the cinquain this time, and there were quite a few cinquains, and thank you all for participating in that. But what I liked about this one, most of them are written to give us a visual image. This one did not, and yet I thought it flowed very nicely, and again, I liked it when there's a little twist at the end, and I thought that this was worthy of making the exception and giving an honorable mention to Tanya Alexander for Evolve.
Tanya Alexander, honorable mention, Evolve. Evolve. Breathe Einstein's breath. Stretch beyond observing. Tighten the noose around all fears. Soul, rise.
With a form like a cinquain or a haiku, those types of forms, the poet tends to, or even with a sonnet you see this a lot, they tend to like stop at the end of the line, start and stop, start and stop, start and stop, start and stop, because they're following the line structure. But this cinquain was completely enjambed. It flowed from line to line, and if you didn't see it on the page, you wouldn't know it was a cinquain, because it just flowed. It gave this nice image, gave this lovely little image, and it basically, I mean, if you wrote it in prose, it would just be one sentence long. It would just be one sentence of prose. But it was nicely formed into the form of a cinquain. And I loved that, again, it had no stop and start. It would just continue to flow from line to line. Riva Danaev for cinquain.
I'm Riva Danaev. This is a special contest winner. It was a cinquain. Clouds form darkly over empty boats tied loosely to the bent trees that frame and guard the lake.